Only Aldrich's white wine marinade and base, always in good taste.
There aren't too many things these days that are for real folks. But, surprisingly, Gold Spring is for real and naturally good. It's as good as real oranges, as good as pineapples, as good as lemons, and as good as mangoes. Yes, Gold Spring sparkling mineral water is as good as gold, but not as expensive. You said I wouldn't get the fruit right. I'm sorry. I really am sorry.
Browned and microwaved at the same time. Now that's a Sanyo first. Bon appetit. 40 litres capacity. That's massive. Enjoy the party. Twist and twirl double cooking action. That's innovative. Cheers. There are 9 Sanyo microwaves, all with 3-year warranties. Now that's what you call the biggest range in Australia.
Sanyo, set that high.
This message is brought to you by Simpson Dishwashers. Every mother has her responsibilities. After every meal, there are dishes to be done. And washing dishes takes time. Time that she might otherwise give her family. At Simpson, we design a complete range of affordable dishwashers to ease your workload, keep you out of the kitchen, and give you back to your family.
By Jove, I've done it.
What, made a mess?
No, I've won. It's the Kentucky Fried Chicken $150,000 cash and prize giveaway.
$150,000? How do I win?
Pick up your game cards now from Kentucky Fried Chicken and start playing. Each card gives you 3 chances to win. There's 3 Ford lasers, video recorders, microwaves, 100,000 on-the-spot prizes, plus $50,000 cash to be won.
I won!
Play the Kentucky Fried Chicken $150,000 cash and prize giveaway. Get your game cards now.
Good morning and welcome to ABC Television via OSAT Domestic Satellite on this Wednesday the 16th of December 1987. In a few moments it's Cartoon Carnival.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back once again to the stream. We have some Pokemon to play, but also some updated news. We'll get to that in a sec. And we need audio. So, news-wise, we have the chat box now. There we go, as Cool Bond is quite eager to show off. Evening, yourself, how are you? And we also have a couple of new emotes that have been approved, namely the ad break and the friend ball. Decent. Well, that's good to hear. I don't know how legible the chat box is because it's very tiny for me. But anyway, what we were doing, we were looking at our team. We're probably in a good enough shape to try Claire. Well, I mean, Truffle's a bit of a... could be a tad bigger. Yeah, so I've got to increase the font size on it. Cool, easy done. Because I can make it physically bigger, but it's not going to pick it up. So I need to log in, dashboard. So this is the good thing about having actual people here, because I could not tell. What do I need? Widgets, chat box. And I need it, let's go 20 pixels, and we'll give it 30 seconds on a delay. Save, and just to make sure that's updated, copy, edit this, paste, apply. There we go. So that should be better now. I don't know how it handles word wrapping, but we'll see. And this I need up top. Yeah, so let's see how we fare. Let's test that, shall we? Yeah, so now things are going to start getting cut off because I don't have a specific good spot for it. Which is a shame because I know like my other setup works a bit better. Oh yeah, we beat him already. It's readable at least. Let's see how the word wrapping is. Yeah. Works. It would be better if it didn't cut everything off as much. But because, yeah, I don't have a specifically designed spot for it, it's a little bit tricky. This was a kind of almost last minute. Not enough space, real estate, yeah. Because theoretically I could put in like my older like chat box thing, but then it doesn't fade over time. And it starts blocking out things. Which makes it a little bit of an issue. Wow, just straight up, don't even bother. Send out omelette. And the game's probably quiet again because I keep forgetting that I've got this macro that I need to fix up. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's a bit of a balance to what to actually show. Because it's like, obviously the game needs prominence, but that's also in a square ratio. I very much would like to have the team showing, but a lot of the designs are specifically horizontal, which then like takes up a lot of its own real estate, especially with like the designs of them and all. Twister hits me in the air. Okay. Good to know. And of course, now this won't load. Alright, well. I think it was about there before. Let's just get this over with. I also loaded up on subscriber badges, on bit badges, and I've also now got I redesigned the logo thing for the channel points. The shards, if you will. It's a little hard to see, but it's the broken stained glass window from like my avatar everywhere. Except here, I think. Here I think it's a picture of Leo. Alright, so we do need to train Truffle up a bit because he's just getting killed. So let's see if we got open, yes. I mean, not that it's too important, we can fly. Let's go powder snow. It's like almost glass cannon-ish. Oh boy. The problem is, like, the aforementioned level curve is killing. Let me get a little bit closer to the mic. Like, that would have been a real pain in the ass to be a critical hit that just kills it. Soup. Oh, I've got revives. I could have brought it back during that battle to give it more experience. Brain dying. Yeah, this is just not working. And I can't really think of a way to do it without just forcing it, unfortunately. Like, things, it's just like the game is a little bit against us in that. But that's the thing, I know Claire's Pokemon are all 35 to 40. So we're in the right zone to be competitive. But there's not enough outside to build up. Like, if you know what I mean. It's like, you can't do a lot of training without really grinding. Like, you can do training, but, like, it's a grind. Like, you could theoretically do training without grinding, but you can't grind without training, if that's, like, if you know what I mean. But there is no way to do that I can see. It's not like in the later games where you have, like, the free battle tournaments and things like that, and you just see how far you can get. And you can just re-battle people all the time and things like that. No, this is... Once you've gone through trainers, you've gone through them. And the wild Pokemon aren't really much chop. See, 335 split. Like, that's about the best we're going to get, realistically. Got a backpack from fighting 3 times in the competition this weekend. Which competition? You know what, I'm going to extend this box just to make sure nothing gets cut off. Oh, of course, that's the way it works. And Scarlet and Violet. Okay, like in the actual game, or like an organized competitive thing? I wish I could... if you did, you got a code in home for a backpack. Cool. In-game, alright. I wish I could go top to bottom, but it goes bottom to top, and it's annoying. Let me actually see the other one I've got. Add stream chat viewer. Let's have a look. And opacity, none. Yep, top to bottom. It's a fixed ratio. Let's fix that. Sorry about all the messing around. It's just like I would like to get this to work in a way that I like as well. Let's put it side by side with the team list, top to bottom, equally. And let's have a look. Font size, yep. Let's go... 20 seconds, hide the chat, see what that looks like. Yep. Oh, I was going to heal, that's why I was here. So let's hide the Streamlabs one. And let's try the inbuilt either XSplit or Twitch one. I can't remember which one is which. So theoretically this should do top to bottom and only like display the most recent stuff for 20 seconds. If I'm reading that right. Oh, we still need to do rock puzzles. Ooh, only one way to find out, but oh boy, that needs to come up an awful lot. Shit, that's tiny, yeah. Hide the timestamps. How's that? Is that better? Too big? So that's hidden it. Let's see what happens. Okay, it just brings back the entire thing. That's what I was worried about. Alright, well, let's bring it down a little bit. Let's put it there. So that's from the top of truffle to the bottom of omelette. It's readable, but barely. Should have like a bit of a background then. If I do like half transparent. Should it be like font bigger? Font smaller? I'm not sure. You like give you a sec to get on the phone. Yeah. Because yeah, I'm a little like in the dark of what it all looks like. It's readable even on the phone. So font size, good. That little that half sort of opacity, good. If I turn it off, bad. So yeah. And service icons, yeah, might as well. Can I works with or without? Okay. Yeah, well, I'll leave it there for now. I have to do a lot more testing and design to get it really good. Alright, so you want me to do this. Microphone's still very sensitive. And now it dies in one hit again. Alright, well, I'm going to sacrifice a little bit. I've got another nugget. Huh, I keep forgetting about those. No. I'll have to look at doing a bit of deep diving into the design for going forward, like GBA and above. Because yeah, it's like this works kind of for now, but even for now I would want to get it better. And I know that we're only going to start losing more space on the screen. Because we start getting into widescreen and different resolutions and things. And dual screen and all that fancy stuff. I would honestly look at other streamers and how they have it set up. Yeah. See, the problem is, like, I also have, like, an internal, very bad sense of style. So it's like, this looks decent to me, but it's also not like other people do it. Is that everything? Like, there's whole, like, custom built overlays for, like, that. It's like, oh, we work with this system, which just crashed on me again. No, I want to get out of here. Dragonair is just Dragon. Send out Matilda. Dragon Rage is 40 damage. Doesn't matter because I still get in. Which is a shame, kind of, because it's like I've gotten a little bit attached to the whole setup. Not gotten the arm yet? No, not yet. Funny thing about shipping over Easter. Because for those of you playing at home and maybe potentially watching on YouTube, hello. This is Easter, it is the 10th. I think I just heard my frog croaking, so that's nice. A little bit tricky to hear it through the music and the noise-cancelling headphones. Got a frog? Yeah, I've had a red-eye green tree frog for about a year. Because they're cool. Now, let me see if I can finagle a picture onto the stream while I also do this. Let's try pet tax, please. That one. Send it. Yes. Okay. Let's swap it out. Let's give Snips a bit of a run. In other words, pics. Yeah, I'm trying. But as I said, it's like trying to manage like 3 things at once. Oh, I don't have it on this, do I? No. Great. Alright, try again. And get out of there, mail. This one. Send it, yes. Send out snips again. I know, I just wanted to clarify if you did not know what pet tax was when it comes to the internet. Oh, I'm aware. Personally not a fan, but, you know, what are you going to do? I don't like most animals. Because especially when you say, like, pets, it tends to be a dog. Or sometimes a cat. And it's like, well, yes, but there are other pets. Alright, well that's no good there. So I've got to go bump into the microphone. Through the browser. And log in. Let's I don't care about the Easter sale. Want some soup? Ooh. Alright, this one. Download this, view that, get this into here. There's a frog. This is basically just taking a breath after devouring a silkworm. That's why it looks like he's happy. But enough of that. Nice derpy fellow. Oh yeah. He gets along well. But yeah, he croaked the other day, which confirms him to be a male. Because females don't croak. Still got to get the test results from the CT scan of my back. Paralysis, that's right. I knew there was something else I had to worry about. Yeah, let's bounce you for Matilda, because I know you've got at least one water type to worry about. I mean, also that. So honestly, that was a pretty good call for me. Headbutt the thing. Headbutt again. Hope you survive a surf. I wonder if Windows is still doing that thing. Let me have a look. because apparently there's a bug in Windows where it's causing browsers that aren't Chrome to consume a lot more memory. They have patched it, but I have yet to update. What do I want? Send out Ace. The moment that I've been waiting for. Turns out it's a dragon type move. Yay. Swap back in. Well, let's try omelette this time. Which is not great because it's flying type. Ouch. Alright, yeah, fair. Alright, well. Ice Beam actually surprisingly kills a lot of our stuff. Wing attack's still OP. And it snips probably, yep. Well, critical hit doesn't help. Jesus. Which I guess is appropriate for Easter. Let's get a little bit of... You know what? No. Let's get risky. Because I want that XP boost. Critical hits, man. Gotten to Gala now in Poker Clicker. Cool. I've just gotten to Unova. Doesn't need to be a critical hit to take it down. Huh. I forgot about the speed thing. Yeah, we're going to be able to win off speed, so... Yeah, that would have been nice. Yes, absolutely. Change to my only left, like, good Pokemon now. And wouldn't you know it, it's a water type. It's fairly tanky. I still think we have this. Especially now it's got a recharge. I mean, fair, yeah. I mean, that's absolutely a fair take. I am nowhere near ready for the Pokemon League. Especially in, like, this condition. So if I did chat viewer via HTML5, connect, bring up the size. Oh, it's still doing the thing. Yeah, no. I don't need cheering or the shield mode or whatever. There we go. Well, at least we know what it looks like. It was worth a look at the very least. I wonder if he's strong enough to take out this. It would be concerning if no. I mean, yes, but no, there's no point. How would you know if I was invited? Like, you know what I mean? You have no idea who's invited or not. Oh yeah, absolutely one hit. Didn't even need surf, mate. A bubble would have done it. Oh, pardon me. Long day. And that's the fun part about a public holiday. We don't get them. Everyone else gets them. And when everyone else gets a public holiday, they suddenly have an insatiable urge to shop. Which means, as someone who works in a shop, I am getting overworked. which means nice long days, nice early starts. I mean, you may have surmised by the fact that I'm starting an hour early that something was a little bit different, at least. Again, for those watching on YouTube, this makes absolutely no sense, but hello anyway. This way is nothing really. Calcium, what's that good for? Special stats. Let's give it to Ace. Again, how would you know? If people are allowed in from time to time, there's a potential chance that I might have been allowed to come in. You can't just instantly write me off because you're not sure. Horse is still water type, not going to risk it. And so that's the thing about if you want to use a later game Pokemon, sometimes you just can't. Like, there's no good way to fix this current issue. You know what I mean? Like, we are burning through trainers, like the limited number basically that we have left. And I realized that we could always get more phone numbers and wait for the calls to come through. But, you know, that's like an in-game hour every time, which is a real-life hour every time. Unless you cheat. But it's like that can't be the only benefit thing to it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're catching... Like, even that Donphan that was outside, that's the first time you could catch Donphan. You may be lucky and catch, like, a Phanpy earlier on the route, like on Route 2, I think it is. Or something like that. Probably not, because it's connected to Kanto, so they use that numbering. But the first time that you could catch a Geodude, for example, is also in Crystal, the first time you could catch a Phanpy. And if you were, you know, dedicated enough, yeah, sure, you can raise it up to be a Donphan. Other than that, like, in Gold and Silver, and even, like, if you didn't know about that, this is the earliest you can get it. So all of a sudden you have this ground-type Pokemon that you are trying to raise up from, what, level 25? And what options do you have? You're basically going to be roughly in the same boat that I am, where you have a weakness to a lot of the stuff that's good to bounce off. I don't need to heal. Yeah, you're probably going to know Surf or something. Or Headbutt, and it's going to equally ruin my day. Of course it knows Flamethrower. because, you know, dragons are everyone's favorite type. Again, I am personally very sick of dragons in not just Pokemon, but in basically any form of media. Like, they were kind of alright, I guess, when I was a kid, but, like, not in the, like, oh, it's so cool kind of way. It's just like, yeah, I guess. But now I'm just like, I am so over them. It's just like, I am very, very sick of Charizard. Charizard and Pikachu. It's like, I am done. They could literally go away forever and I would not care. We still need a bug dragon mon. Don't we have that? Like, what's Flygon? Is that dragon flying? I mean, obviously I'm prepared to be extremely wrong, but could have dragon ground. I could have sworn we had a bug dragon at some point. It has levitate. Okay. Because that seems like the it could have happened. Paralysis heal. Do we have? Yes, we do. And we've got the paralysis cure berries as well. Bleh. These are the types which we've not seen yet. Let's have a quick look. Normal ice, normal bug, normal rock, normal steel, fire fairy, ice poison, ground fairy, bug dragon, rock ghost. And then there's alternate forms, legendary Pokemon, and mega evolutions. So they're not counting those as regular Pokemon. But it's like they still exist in games. Fair enough. See, normal's also hard to justify. Because it's like, what is normal? Like in today's modern era, what does a normal type Pokemon represent or look like? It can't be too cute, because then it gets fairy typing. I'm talking pure normal. Because that's where you end up getting your default Rattatas or like Furfrou or something like that. A Route 1 mon, essentially. Yeah, and it's like, there's got to be some design space left unexplored because of normal typing. Oh, good to see you here. Pokemon are friend. What helps to win battle? Raising. I will battle anybody. Love. Neither. So, just a brand new song again for Crystal. dying! Yeah, suck it up. Waterfall and level 100 training thing. You can get a Dratini here if you talk with him again after leaving. Yeah, and it's you have, if you answer everything correctly, you get it with extreme speed. Otherwise, it's I can't remember. Oh, that didn't trigger the thing. Cool. What is it? I think it's just rap. So I think this is going to be maybe a different route, or is it just a dead end? So I do know about the Dratini. I'm going to empty out a space in my party and come back. Because it's like a lot of the gift Pokemon in this generation and whatnot, is that you actually need to have a spot for it. They're like, oh, you can't carry it. We'll just hold it for you. It's like, well, you could just send it to my box. No, okay. We'll get either Omelette or Matilda. To diversify the normal typing, you mean? Yeah. See, I don't know, because it's also like a dragon type is a lot to train. So for the moment, I'm just going to chuck Truffle in there. If you plan on using it, that is. Yeah, like, I hadn't, honestly. I mean, Matilda was a little bit of a late call, because the original plan was Misdreavus. It's like, you can't get them any earlier than Mount Silver, which is ridiculous. And then I don't have anyone who can use Strength. I mean, also Rock Smash, but that's less relevant. But yeah, Strength was the big one. So yeah, Snubbull and Granbull ended up being like a backup plan. And it's like, well, it actually works. I can get all the HMs in one, except for Flash, because who needs it? Let's have a look at how I did. Did I get it right? Yes. So it must be like dragon breath or something? I don't know. See, level 15 at this point in the game, that is a tall ask, especially because it's like I'm already struggling with something at level 25. And even then, it's like the others are just at level 35. And that's already going to be a bit of a challenge. If it was higher up, like 30 or something, I'd feel a little bit more confident about it. But yeah, that's rough. You really would have to be dedicated to it. Which again, I've said before, this is a little bit of a problem with Pokemon in general, is that by the time you get to some of these later Pokemon, you already have like your party and you have formed attachments, and you know what I mean? It's like you just can't decide to get rid of them easily. So you instinctively value later route Pokemon less. And maybe that's not fair on them, but that's just simple social science, like psychology. I mean, not simple, but you know what? Coming up on a break because I added a little bit of extra time because I'm an idiot and forgot to start my timer. So let's go to an ad break now. Stretch your legs, get some water, all that good fun stuff, and I'll see you shortly.
Here to keep me feeling fresh all day, every day. Carefree panty shields, soft little panty liners made specially to keep panties fresh, even when I'm rushing about from morning till night. They're so thin and small, as comfortable as wearing panties alone, and they've got a really fresh fragrance too. Carefree panty shields for panty freshness all day, every day.
Maybe your floors will never feel the weight of an elephant, but the traffic over home or office carpets can still add up to a jumbo-sized pounding. What you need to assure long carpet life is Huga Magic. This floor has it. So have these, and they'll never need show damage or wear because Huga carpet squares are easily replaced or moved round to share the wear. Handy too when you need underfloor accessibility to get at trouble spots in a hurry. Upstairs, downstairs, around corners, Huga has every situation covered, and every Huga square is covered by a 5-year warranty. With Huga Magic, you can create distinctive design variety, and with Huga's detailed instructional guide, you can do it yourself with professional ease. Flexibility, adaptability, call it Hugability for home or office. Huga, the good-looking carpet squares that let you walk all over them.
Contact the Huga Design Centre or your Huga retailer.
Here at Glenfiddich in the 1880s, William Grant built a distillery, and the legend of Grant's Scotch had begun. In the malting barn, selected barley is brought slowly to germination. And in these unique pot stills, the spirit achieves a rare purity and distinctive character. Today, there's not a Scotch maid could claim a finer heritage. Aye, when you appreciate what's in the bottle, you'll ask for Grant's.
Last night on Willisey.
Like so many prostitutes these days, Vicky is a heroin addict.
Hard-hitting issues.
It's the only life that I've known for so long.
At home and abroad.
Further attacks are inevitable.
And tonight with Bert, the master of Tonight Show's American Steve Allen, Australia's Tracy Mann. Also the Deltons of yesterday and today. and Bob Scull, an expert on biker culture. Newton and Willesee, double the entertainment tonight on 9.
Sooner or later, some people just can't resist the temptation to try out their indescratchables. But because only indescratchables are indescratchable, you'd better be sure they are genuine indescratchables from VYI's.
Excuse me? I think you've got my indescratchables.
Only indescratchables are indescratchable.
Been looking for the answer to the real snacks of life. Been looking for flavor that's genuine. Been looking, and what do I find? You Cheezels, white spicy, real cheese flavored Cheezels, real snacks of life. Good night.
Yeah, and we are back. Change that. All good. Alright, let's keep on keeping on. So we've got to go to New Barktown. Let's take the long way, because we do need some training eventually. So Graveler, decent chance you're going to blow up on me. Yep. Sigh. You know, we're close enough, we're just gonna try that again. Yep, heal the Pokemon, thank you. Well, let's try this way. My thoughts on raising Pokemon is that it is arse and hard. Absolutely terrible to morale, spirit, and soul. Decent looking Pidgeot though. But again, it's like these are trainer battles. They should be at least a little bit higher. Because they're expecting you to use these to train on, basically. Yeah, I mean, fair. And do I bother? Yeah. As I readjust slightly. That was probably very loud, I'm sorry. It's a ground type. Pretty sure. So this is going to be, hopefully, a little bit easier. because it won't be able to do too much, and this is where it unveils Surf or something. Knowing my luck. Slow it down, give it a headbutt. Well, it's got Swift anyway. Great. What do we got? Let's send out Matilda again. Yeah, we're really not having a good luck with Truffle, eh? Like, it's got 10 levels under everyone else. And we don't really have a lot of training options left on the board. Other than, like, brute forcing Victory Road, kind of. Which is not ideal. Or at least something I would like to avoid. But I don't think we're going to have many options. Yeah, this part, Route 46. That's where you could first catch a Geodude and a Fan Pianol, like I was saying. And I know I've got a bike too. Ironic. Let's go drop off some money again. So we've got some in reserve at least. So, you know, if we need to dip into it, we've got some in the bank of Mum. Let me have a look. What else did she buy? Decorations. No, nothing yet. This is probably going to push her over the edge. Alrighty, well, let's get this shit show going. It's like, look, can you take out a tentacle? Not greatly, but then again, I was using Icy Wind. One sec, let's see if this picks up. There we go. Hopefully that's a little bit better. As I reposition the entire microphone stand again. It's a trouble with chronic pain is you can't tighten things too much. Because it starts an aching in my wrist, and that kind of puts a whole damper on like the whole playing a game thing. Hey. No, I'm good. I believe you. I wonder. I think I've checked this before. So that is one thing I sort of like about later series, is that it doesn't just default and assume that you're riding a Lapras for whenever you're surfing. It's like sometimes it gives you like an inner tube, or just, well, I guess in Gen 1 it was just the generic water Pokemon sprite, which was like the Squirtle or something. So I've really got to work out this audio setup. Because I think also, yeah. I didn't notice that the game had gone back down. But yeah, it's just very sensitive, and I'm trying to avoid like breathing too hard. Because it looks like it's picking up random bits and pieces of background noise, and you know, I can only do so much with what I've got. It's like maybe I need to check my noise gate settings and things again. But then would that break the entire thing? I don't know. It's like, let's have a quick look. Hopefully it like actually loads. Or it could just decide not to. Alright, there we go. So, noise gate, yes. Okay, so now theoretically that should be a little bit better. Because then it's not picking up just the random bits and pieces, but only the sound of my hideous screeching voice. Which of course won't help if I don't say anything, but there's the breaks. Looking better already on the levels anyway. I can almost yawn directly into the microphone and not have it noticed. And I can definitely make every bone in my shoulder and back like crack all at once and it doesn't show up, which is handy. Another bloody moonstone. Was it 4 Pokemon that use it to evolve? Because it's Clefairy, Jigglypuff, and Nidorino. I think that's literally all the Moonstone Pokemon that is remotely available at this point. which incidentally would have been a much better idea for Umbreon and Espeon. But of course they've got to play into, you know, the gimmick of the day. And, you know, fair call to them, because, you know, it works. A little bit harder to do in this day and age, especially with this setup. And I want omelette. Not impossible, mind, but trickier. And I'm pretty sure there's at least one game that comes out after this that doesn't have a day-night cycle. It's like, that would have been the perfect time to retroactively change that. So it's not day-night dependent. But then I guess you're leaving that open for if you do other evolutions that require those. Though I can't think of what, to be honest. Because you've already done Fairy and you've already done Grass. Those are the two more obvious choices for the Moonstone or the Sunstone. And did they change the Glaceon and Leafeon later so you could use just a Grass Stone or an Ice Stone on it? Is there such thing as an Ice Stone? I can't remember. I know I've definitely got it on the mind because the Crystal Onyx that you pick up in the Orange Islands in Pokemon Clicker, or Poke Clicker I should say, needs an Ice Stone to evolve. But apparently they first only exist in Alola. Or the underground if you're lucky. But that's also an issue with Slash. No. That's also an issue with me researching other streamers to get an idea of what their setup looks like. Because I also have very limited aesthetic sense. So it's tricky to... what am I thinking? To emulate what I'm saying. Like converting sight into production. Do-do-do-do-do. Because even this overlay that I've got here, this is the second version of it, thanks to Coolbond's suggestion. But like even that, it's like this is as much research as I could do beforehand, because I wanted to give like a uniform feel to every game in the series. So basically every screen is along the same lines as these, like every overlay. But that's also from researching what other people are doing and trying to fit in my own ideas on top. Maybe I'll... You know what? Maybe what I'll do is like next week or something, I will not stream, but instead like focus on doing a redesign of things and making sure that's all good for the games to come. Like I'll look into the other design things for the team listing. I'll look into like other setups that work better. Like there are people that are doing custom overlays for, obviously for money, because always support an artist. What am I thinking? Oh, you're about halfway. Was gonna give it a rare candy, but meh. But yeah, there's got to be a way to incorporate my ideas for the design in a way that is better. And I would just need a lot more time to get that done. Or actually, no. I was like, coming up towards the end of the month, I do have a couple days off from work. And that would be probably more ideal to get this done, but at the same time, it's like, that's a full day off work, and I could be doing that, like I could be using that for extended streams or like special events or something. But I don't know if that's worth the trade. Definitely need to get some second opinions on that. It's like, is it worth giving up the 2 hours a day, 3 days a week for 1 week in order to get this sort of looked at? Or would it be beneficial to wait for those days off and just try and force focus that, foregoing sort of anything else? This is where, although I do appreciate every single person who decides to check the stream out even for a moment, it's like, it would be nice to have a higher number of consistent viewers to get this sort of feedback. Not really in a great position here, are we? Because it's like, what do people like? What's good? What would people want to look at? Because obviously face cam is out, because no one wants to look at that. I'm also nowhere near expressive enough for a face cam, so that's just my own call on that. Like, you just don't want someone who's like just bleh, just dead eye staring at the screen. Just gotta itch. But then it's like, okay, well, you can't really change the size of the lineup too much, because they're sort of fixed items, like it's hard coded. Oops. And then it's like, I like having the version logo above the screen. I like having the picture of the protagonist rather than, you know, the sprites or whatever. What am I looking for? Obviously, the badges are something that I would like to track. It's like I would like to have the chat on screen if that's useful to people, but I also don't want it to stick around forever like it's doing. It's just like, I don't know. I'm just not skilled enough or researched enough to get it right. And that worries me. Well, I mean, not worries. Worries is a bit of a weird choice of words. It's like I want to do right by people, including myself. That's always been one thing in, like, my family. It's that you always put your best foot forward because you're always representing someone, whether it's, like, anyone else or even just yourself. So that integrity is so ingrained. It's like, no, I need to do the best possible job that I can, because that's the right thing to do. And if what I'm doing isn't the best job I can be doing because, well, because other people have differences of preferences and opinions, that's fair. It's like, I could be doing more. Alright, well, what do I need to do? Jesus. So grass type move would be good here. But even then, it's like there's a difference between knowing what to do and being able to do it. But of course, if you don't know what to do to begin with, that's, you know, first step. So it's legitimately, if anyone has any ideas, like, do I bring the size of the game screen down to fit more stuff in? You know, I don't know. What is my path forward? What does that look like? These are questions I theoretically should have the answer to or be able to find it easily. But the problem is, I'm no good at a lot of things. Introspection is definitely one of them. I didn't want to do tackle. But no, this is like a long-standing issue where it's just like, I have no sense of design. Like, some people say that I do, but it's like, I can tell, like, the things that I'm looking at are wrong. And I don't know how much of that is like an imposter syndrome or anything that's like just inherently false. Jesus, it's strong. So let's have a look. That's going to be 60-ish, 60-ish. That's probably, well, it's about 60 as well. You know what? Screw. Maths is also one of my weak points. Yo. Like, there's just this inherent feeling that I should know something, and it gets frustrating when I don't. So I should know how to fix this thing, or what to do in this situation. But the thing is, I just don't a lot of the time. And I know a lot of people will say that's just how life is, but it's still frustrating. It's like if you've forgotten something, but you know roughly what it is you've forgotten. Like, you can't keep poking at that hole and expect that to fill it. You know, that's a losing battle. It's like I can't keep brute forcing, like, trying to fix, like, my computer, for example, because I don't know, but I should. And anytime I sort of ask for help, there's always that assumed knowledge. It's like, oh, you are clearly on at least the same level. It's like, well, no, I am very far behind. No, I need potions. And that makes it, again, more frustrating, because then there's that, well, you should know mentality. And that's not from people actually saying it, or even implying it. That's just bad brain at work. And I just get very tired of it. Like, I know vaguely what some of, at least, my flaws are, but no idea how to fix or handle or anything like that. It's like, I know I've got ASD, for example. I know I have ADHD. You know, nothing I do seems to help with any of that. But I know there should be something. And that's where the frustration comes in. It's like, I have chronic pain in my hand. That should be an easily solvable problem. And yet... I also wanted to change here. And it's like, the only real advice people can give is, like, 2 steps removed from what I could do. It's like, oh, you don't like your job, just get a better job. It's like, okay, well, how? I've tried. The only way it seems is to do smaller steps in between that you are not telling me either. and no one actually knows. It's like, I can only do so much with the information I have. See, Girafarig was also a front runner for a potential replacement. I honestly didn't plan on getting Matilda too much, but encountering it next to the daycare was a bit of a surprise. Like, I knew that's where they spawned, but just a surprise to get it that early. But I don't know, maybe this is just sad venting hours. But jeez, it's hard out there sometimes. Oh, what now, Mom? I mean, yeah, you say that, but it's also like, there's not really much challenge around. I say that as I'm routinely getting stomped because of bad party decisions. I don't know, it just feels in life there's not really a lot of anything happening. It's just continuation of the same. And at some point you start wondering, well, why bother? Which I know is a little bit much to just dump like this, but I don't know. As I said, it's hard out there sometimes. But anytime I say stuff like that, people are just like, well, you know, good times are coming, you gotta focus on the positives. Like, yes, that's what people have been telling me for like 20 plus years. So sure, things might get better. Anytime soon, or... Yeah, well, I knew that was going to be a bit of a risk. Yeah, it's like, take it from me, at some point, you get tired of the waiting. But then anytime you mention that, people are like, well, you've got to go out and make your own opportunities. It's like, okay, how? Like, obviously, people can't see inside my head, and I can't see inside theirs, and, you know, all of that. But it's like, I don't know. Sometimes it's like real trouble, struggle relating hours. Why did I do surf? I didn't want to do surf. I wanted to do spark. I remembered it was half psychic type now. When it evolves, it becomes a psychic. Tell you what though, at the rate I'm going, this might end up being just a regularly long stream that happened to be an hour early today. Which is probably good, because I do have an earlier start to go get the results. It's like that would be a good idea, but I'm also, you know, known for bad ideas. We'll see how I feel at the top of the hour. Because my little pocket timer here says I got 16 minutes left. My ad timer says I have 18 minutes left. The actual clock says I've got about 12. Trick is that I am fading pretty quickly in terms of energy. Let's see if I can just get to the actual Pokemon League. That'll register it as a flying destination. And we might be able to, you know, avoid stuff to come back later. See, now my like gaming focus is kicking in, which I know means that I'm getting mentally tired, because it's trying to divert the energy from like the entertainment side of things, even though that's like, you know, a little bit of a piss take. It's like, oh, who could ever find me entertaining, you know, all that junk. Iceberry. Yeah, I didn't think there was going to be anything there, but always worth a check. Now I know these are trainers and they're going to be good for leveling. But I'm also going to make sure that I actually get through the thing. Because there's no point in not getting through the thing. Again, I could be wording a lot better. Yeah. It's really giving me a lot of random junk, isn't it? A level 64 unknown thing, but a grass type. A level 15 Pidgey and a level 71 Ditto. Like, how do you even deal with that? And see, the good thing about Pokemon as a game is that it is that little bit simple. So I can just go into like auto drive, autopilot when I'm getting the tired. Oh, that's a little early. I just heard my alarm like clicking to go on, but I don't have it on. So that's normally meant to go off at either at or close to 11. But it is now 10:53, so that's not quite what I'd expected. Victory Road. I mean, we've got to get through it. So I'm going to bring up a map. Because I want to know where to go. Alright, starting there, going up to the left. Alrighty, so... Then we come out there, so we're going to go up and around. Like, obviously I'm going to be coming back through here. See, now, I think this is the soonest you can get a Rhyhorn. So if you want a Rhyhorn or a Rhydon, you know, you're going through the entire first half, basically, of the game. And at that point, why would you bother? You know, unless you're really dedicated to it. But I guess this is kind of proving it's like 2 hours is about my limit of concentration. And that's with a break in the middle and, you know, shortening it a little bit for the intro and outro and all that jazz. But that goes to show you, ADHD and being tired, not a great combination. Good, because we haven't got a lot of healing options left before we get through this. So... But I also know that we have upcoming. So what have we got? Full restore and 2 revives. Cool. Well, let's drop a save here just in case. And what do we got first? It's what's here? Sneasel. Hold it. Alright, let's see how we go. So they're not going to do much, so let's go for the headbutt. I mean, headbutt's also not going to be doing much, but I think it's better than takedown. As listed, we don't have a lot of great options. Now, let's see, what's his next one? Golbat. Yes. Send out Tesla. I guess you've got a Spark. And you don't flinch, so that's good. Oh, come on. Boo. I mean, if it had survived, I was going to use a full restore on it. Great. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that heavy fatigue now. And I probably sound it too. Oh boy. And it's still confused too. Why? Ghost, I guess. I mean, steel, I guess, is what I meant to say. Wow, see, got over that confusion a lot quicker than I could have, and also paralysis, cool. Like, he's really laying it on pretty thick for this point in the game. But then again, it's like we're basically at parity level-wise. Alright, this is a decent full restore. So it's like we haven't really got a lot of options. Which is something I've said a lot today. You'd think he would have tried something else along the lines. Can we survive this? No. Snips for the speed. Yeah, I know it's super effective. It's irrelevant if we can get it done though. Haunter, yes. Change to Ace. Future Sight, set that up. Alright, well, it's an idiot. Yeah. Let me just get the extra time on the clock. Hidden power. Yeah, I wanted Matilda out for this. Oh well. I wonder if we saw the same attack. Because Future Sight versus Future Sight. It's like, how does it know it's still going to be alive then? What do we got? For Alligator being water type, I haven't really got anything good. Oof. Maybe it was the same attack, it's just like an explosion all at once. Send out Omelette to be a sacrifice. Need to bring the team back up a little bit. Alright, let's try with Tesla now. Alright, we've got it. So a little bit of a sphincter tightener. Yeah. See you later. And then just to make sure I get the checkpoint. Alrighty, let's teleport back. Imagine if you got it wrong. Anyway, that's going to be the stream for me because I am just about to collapse, basically. And that's not healthy. So saving the game, dropping a little sneaky save because I can. And thank you all for joining me. See you hopefully tomorrow for the continuation of this. But until then, stay tuned after the credits for the raid if you feel so inclined. And I'll see you then. Bye.
And so we come to the end of another day on Sunshine Television. Hope today has been a good one for you, and we hope tomorrow is an even better one. And now this is Ray Marsh on behalf of all of us here at the Granville studios of SEQ Television on channels 8, 1, 5 and 10, wishing you all a very good night.